Boom. Whoops. Hold on. Oh, I got the YouTube going. Hold on. Hey man, it wouldn't be a pre-market prep without a bonehead mistake. I'm like, where's that sound coming from? I get my so anyway. Welcome back, everybody. I finally remembered the intro music. So one thing I do want to say is it's one of those days where, you know, I'm a huge proponent. I probably get a little crazy at times, but I'm a huge proponent of routine. I cannot recommend that enough. Where, you know, a lot of what we do is we're stacking a lot of overall pretty simple concepts. Okay, now listen, I by no means am I saying trading is simple. It's not. But I think of it like it's almost like, I don't know, building some amazing piece of architecture. Okay. At the end of the day, I mean, you might look at this amazing museum and it's just like, holy cow. Ultimately, that museum is just steel, concrete, maybe a little bit of wood. You know, it's made up of very simple components, but they are configured and they are designed in a way that ends up being very complex. And that's a lot like what trading is. It's a lot of this stuff, and I preached to you about not overcomplicating things, but we've got to stack a lot of very simple and sometimes difficult to understand concepts. Okay, weak open, red to green. You know, I mean, you know. That earnings winner might be the most like misunderstood concept in all of trading. But anyway, my point is, I'm going to lean on you guys today. I flew out to the West Coast for some business meetings. I did not get to bed till like 1 a.m. Eastern time, which is like 12 hours past my bedtime. So anyway, I did not do my normal routine this morning. So give me the questions. Let's get after it. I admit, as much as it pains me to admit, I don't even want to say it, I did sleep in a little bit this morning. I did sleep in till 7:30 Eastern. I hope we've been together a while. I hope you guys will forgive me for that. But anyway, let's get to work. PHIO, you know, really, speaking of simple setups, simple concepts, listen, you got a low floater that dropped news on Friday afternoon, traded like 150 million shares in like 2 hours, and here it is, 30 cents from going green. You know, again, don't overcomplicate things. I mean, listen, if PHIO, and this is a 945 rule breaker, by the way, you listen, as always, it's aggressive to break the 945 rule, but this would be one you could break it. Because of the fact, I mean, it flirted with that red to green, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't care when this goes green. It could do it now. It could do it 10:30. It could do it at 3:45 p.m. For now, definitely top watch, and really the best watch, I think. Until this quote unquote falls apart, it's right up there. What do you think about NIO? Well, I always got to check Tesla. What's Tesla doing this morning? Tesla's down. Okay, so normally we don't get aggressive. Yeah. So okay. So, all right. Yeah, I don't know. Tesla's red. Man, this is a Chinese EV play. I guess I don't know what the play would be here. Dip buy. But if you're looking to dip buy a Chinese EV player on a day that Tesla's red, I don't know if that's the right play. All right. IVDA dip and rip post 945. 10 million float, 4 million shares traded. Oh, this had a headline last week too, didn't it? Yeah, so this was a runner last week that died. So follow-up PR. I don't see any numbers. Wait. Yeah, I mean, see, I don't like this. Number one, it's just look at how they see they got nothing good, okay? Notice how they spent 6 paragraphs without anything, like with no meat. You know, no numbers. Then you get down here to paragraph 10, and their partner in South Africa is on the verge. What's that mean? Today? Next week? Next year? Yeah. Not my fave. Now, I do like who said it. Danny, I do like that you mentioned the 945 rule, okay? So here's the thing. If this is float rotating, so if this is rotating multiples of the float, which would mean, 30 million shares, 40 million shares, if it's trading that kind of volume and it breaks post 945, take your shot. But I don't like that PR. I'm not in love with the sector. And there you go. Sorry to be a wet blanket, but HOTH. Ooh. mRNA. Was PHIO mRNA? We've had these mRNA runners. Anyway, mRNA is hot because of COVID, Moderna, etc. So it's a buzzword, okay? So HOTH, mRNA is a buzzword lately. I would call it kind of a hot sector. $20 million float, but it's already traded 15 million shares. Blah, 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 blah. What's Oracle got to say about this guy? It's number one on Oracle, which 9 times out of 10, it's going to make it my number one. So I'll tell you this, I like this way more than IVDA. So now I could definitely see this being, my concern would be watch for the chat pump. He likes biotechs. So I really, really like HOTH. My biggest point would be watch for chat pumps. So all our patterns apply, though. Morning dip and rips. Afternoon VWAP holds. Watch for chat pump. This smells like the one he would go after. MNTS, I don't know. Is MNTS still around? Needs a follow-up PR. Listen, I had higher hopes for MNTS last Thursday. This thing really didn't go like I thought, but good example of a higher float. Ultimately, and hey, I try and go as fast as possible and give you guys as much information as possible, but MNTS, the float ended up being way higher than I thought. I thought it was like 15 million float, and evidently it was more like 70 million. So BFRI. Red to green, I guess. Is FBFM still in play? If it can start pushing through key levels, but probably over, you know. Unfortunately. AIM. Cancer play. Ooh, big pullback. And higher float. The Gentleman Smith. I like your username, Gentleman Smith. SST. This was Friday's chat pump. You know, had a good morning run. I mean, listen, this was a solid day trade Friday morning, but this was the chat pump. And remember, especially when you get these all-day fades, you got to remember there's so many bag holders in this that it's going to struggle. Remember, what's the bag holder's dream, okay? And when you get those all-day fades like Friday, it's just always tough for them to bounce because the bag holder's dream is to sell at break even. I'm watching ATER for a meme stock. Yeah, ATER has been on Reddit. It's a red to green because it is a WSB play. Viru. COVID. You know, I mean, you guys know what I'm going to say. It's just when here's my response to you. When was the last time we had like a legit COVID penny stock, you know, that was like that didn't just spike and fail immediately? So I don't know, not in love with it. So here's how I'm going to end, my friends. All it takes is one, okay? Is there 500 plays this morning? Nah, it's kind of slow for a Monday morning. It is what it is. But on days like this, what do we say? Number one, there will be one. And it only takes one, okay? You know, I think many people overtrade, okay? And they think that they gotta be pressing buttons all day long, okay? Listen, if PHIO goes green and spikes to 3, it doesn't matter if there's 50 plays or 1. If HOTH opens weak and then breaks the high day, it only takes 1, okay? IVDA, trying to push. I know I'm not in love with IVDA, but especially if it can hang around in the afternoon, okay? So just remember that, my friends. I would say, again, my number ones, HOTH and PHIO. And if they can skip those, what's HYMC's not dead yet? Why didn't anyone bring up HYMC? Did anyone, my friends? Oh, there we go. There we go. Thank you, SN. I was just about to yell at somebody. What do we got here? New board. Is it Elon? New board appointment. Did they put Elon on? So, obviously I'm joking. Remember? Very nice. Hey, this guy, remember, this is that scammy mining play that is tied to AMC. But, I mean, here we are. Most of you know what I'm going to say. This thing started over a month ago. Interesting. Okay, HYMC moves to the top of the list. And thank you, SN, and everyone else. Why didn't you bring up HYMC? So, speaking of Elon, I know this is kind of outside the realm of what we do here. I love that Elon turned down the board seat on Twitter. I think, and this is just having fun, I think Elon's going to go for a hostile takeover. Because keep in mind, if he's on the board, there's 12 people on the board of directors at Twitter. He would just be one of 12 votes. And if he's on the board, he can't own more than like 14 or 15%. So I think he's like, no, I don't want to fight with you people. I'll just buy 51% of the company, baby. So anyway, have a great day. HYMC, HOTH, PHIO. There will be one. And just make sure, these are the days. What am I going to end with? Just make sure you're checking your boxes, okay? Are you trading just to trade? Are you looking for action? You're like, oh, baby, I'm kind of bored. I want some juice, okay? Or are you like, this one's fitting my volume profile. This is this is a hot sector right now. MULN hanging around. See, I tell you, and I know I'm rambling. I got to finish. I got a busy day. You can tell how much I love this stuff. I'm going to say it again, but slightly different. At 8:46 a.m., is there a perfect setup? No. But there's like 6 or 8 stocks that are setting up. Does that make sense? So get prepared. Get ready. Thank you, everyone, for making pre-market prep amazing. Again, I had to admit I slept in a little bit on West Coast time, getting in late. So check out the Steady Trade team. I'm going live there in 13 minutes. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.